Today we have Grant Jenkins, former player who used to play for us in the 1980s. So welcome here to East End Park, Grant.
Thank you very much.
When you signed for us, it was Pat Stanton that was the manager, and I believe you were playing junior at that time for Jeanfield Swifts.
That's correct, yeah.
So how did the move come here?
Basically, I played with Jeanfield Swifts just over hardly half a season, and I maybe shouldn't say I was desperate to sign for St Johnstone, my kind of hometown club, and who I went and supported, and my brother played for them, but Alec Rennie just never gave me a trial or anything, and out of the blue Pat Stanton came along and I got a trial and he signed me, and worked out very well for me in the end, not at the beginning, but at the end of my time here it had been very successful. It was good.
So who was it that had seen you playing then for Jeanfield? Was it a scout or was it
Must
Pat
have been, but
himself?
I don't know who. No, I don't think it was Pat, but if I did meet him, I don't know who it was.
Right.
Yeah.
Because in effect you came in at senior football maybe
Late 22, and I was 22, yeah. I had a few trials. I'd been at Dundee United for a month. I'd played trials at Montrose and these kind of the Angus clubs, but I was only young and it was too far travelling. I was enjoying playing with my first kind of grown up team, Creefair and Grove. We were a good team and playing well and with a good setup, and so I just settled for that, and I thought I'd missed my chance actually. Yeah.
But you're not the only one that has happened to.
No.
Round about that era.
Yeah.
You know, and probably in the 1990s as well. People
I came in later.
But not very often.
No, it was just, I was very fortunate, I was lucky, and I just, not at the very start at Dunfermline we struggled, but after Jim Leishman took over it all changed, and it was success all the way. It was good.
Yeah, because we obviously then had Pat Stanton as manager, and we maybe didn't do as well as we could have. We could have struggled for a couple of seasons.
Struggled very much. Pat Stanton, I can do. I don't think Pat Stanton ever raised his voice, and we were in relegation all the time he was here. I think relegation trouble, but he's kind of second in charge, George Miller. He was the one that kind of did all the shouting, but
right.
But I think really after a few years, after I realised Pat Stanton was just here as a stepping stone to get to Hibs, really get him started, I think. And then we had the total opposite for Pat Stanton and Tom Forsyth for a year. That was just something else. I mean, he was a great character and great off the park, but gee, when you get into a dressing room on Saturday, something just seemed to change in him, and you were all meant to play like he did.
Right.
Kick everybody, you just kick everything that moved, but I liked him. He was a great lad, but it just didn't work for him. He couldn't. I think he had players scared instead of trying to, motivate them a bit more. Like, but that's what Jim Leishman could do. Yeah, but I still enjoyed it. Although you were in relegation, it was still good.
Yeah.
I mean, he could tell you lots of stories with his career, so it was good.
Well, yeah. But when you were here with Pat Stanton, it was 1981, and the players then were we had Sandy McNaughton up front, Hugh White was in goal, and you had Bobby Robertson and Bonner, and likes of Jim Bowie and Paul Donnelly as well were around then. So not bad players. No,
it was a good team, but when I came, it was obviously halfway through the season and we were struggling anyway, more than halfway through, but no, they were good players, and the camaraderie and that was still good, even though you were in trouble, but no, all good players. And I mean, a few of them were there, through the successful times as well. A few of us managed to hang on, when you thought, oh God, that'll maybe be it, but so we saw some good times as well. It was excellent.
Yeah, because at that time we were in the first division, and I think your first goal was a 3-1 loss to Motherwell.
That's correct. Aye, that was my first goal. Yeah.
Can you remember a lot of your goals that you scored?
I can remember quite a few. Aye, yeah, but can't remember how many I scored, which is, I thought I wouldn't. I think it was over 50, but I'm not sure. But I do remember the first one against Motherwell. I remember scoring a great one against Partick Thistle on the volley. I also remember hitting it over the stand roof about 8 yards out. Not the stand roof, but the chorus end, right over the roof. It was easier to score than do that, but anyway, I could do things like that, score for 30 yards and miss for 3 yards, you know, stuff like that. Then I remember somebody, I scored the Hamden, if you remember, which says, "Oh, what cup did you play?" And I said, "It was against Queen's Park in the league." And then the next week, that was the winner, 1-0, and then the next week I scored the winner against Kilmarnock, doing it Kilmarnock, and a 1-0 win. So I remember odd ones like that, you know.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my pal who's here with me today, I scored the winner against his club, Hearts, which I brought him down to see that night, which was quite good. He didn't agree with me. But, I think we won 2-1 on that night, and it was Norrie with the other goal. Yeah. So yeah, it was, I remember quite a few goals. When you start to think about it, they start to come back. But we've not got long enough if I scored over 50, so yeah.
What was Pat Stanton like then as a manager?
I mean, he came in, he just asked you to do your best, but even when, if you're having a bad game, if you were getting beat, he never shouted at you, or, you know, even Jim Leishman could lose his temper if, you know, think you weren't doing what you should be doing. But no, I just remember, but I mean, he wasn't there that long for me to remember a lot of it, but just a really nice guy. Oh my, maybe too nice, you know. But I think he got what he wanted, and when he got started in Mansfield and he ended up at Hibs, I think that's what he was looking for, really.
Yeah.
Which is no surprise, he spent a lot of his career there.
Yeah.
But no, nice man,
And we got, in season 81-82, the Constantine was signed, and we had
big money signing at 35,000.
Yeah. And a lot of people might think that it was too much money.
Yeah, he didn't get off to a great start, Doogie, didn't he? A really nice guy, but he struggled at the start. But I think he struggled through and he got there in the end. I mean, he did okay in the end, but.
Because at that season we had Jim Brown as captain, and he obviously got his serious injury.
That's right,
against your hometown team.
That's right, John Pelosi.
So did that upset the team at that time?
I think it.
I
think it probably did, because he was a great player, Jim. And I think if I think back, I'm sure my debut was against Hibs. And I could have been, I'm sure I played against Jim, and then, you know, you were playing with him, and he was a good experienced, you know, player, and it would, I mean, I think I was either a sub that day, or I'd been playing and come off, and I was sitting in the dugout and had a first eye, oh my God, horrendous tackle, you know, it really was.
Yeah.
And I mean, he never recovered from it.
No, he didn't.
No, which was a shame, because he could have played away in his position, and he would have been good for Dunfermline.
Yeah, because that was at that time when we kind of needed experienced players as well.
That's right, but no, it was a real shame for that to happen at the tail end of his career, you know.
And then obviously we got Pat Stanton left, and then in come Tam Forsyth in season 82-83, but we ended up getting relegated that season to the second division.
Yeah.
So obviously they're doing changes then with Tam Forsyth.
It didn't work. As I said, I mean, he was a good character. On golf days out and stuff like that, he was great fun, you know. And but oh my God, just on a Saturday it was like he come walking in and something clicked in his head, and you had to be aggressive and you had to be angry, and you know. And there was young players at the time, Trevor Smith, guy. I don't think they even wanted to play in case they did something wrong, you know.
Right.
I remember Trevor coming in one night, it was an evening game, Trevor said, "I've got a sore head tonight," and that, you know, I didn't feel like playing. I thought, well, if you say that to him, well, of course he said, "I'm not feeling right, boss." And he says, "What's wrong?" So I used to play with broken legs, he says, "and you're worried about a sore head," you know, just stuff like that. And but I mean, that's that was the way he was, and he couldn't change.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a massive bust up with Tom Forsyth at half time. I was there, I got injured, I slipped my knee open in a slight tackle, and I was out for 3 weeks, and I come back in the reserve game, wasn't doing particularly well. And he says, "Right, you come off at half time." And I wasn't too happy, and I took he had a board, like that white board there, like with magnetic footballers on it, and you used to go there and you used to go there. And he said I was coming off, so I shouldn't, but I did. I took my shirt off and I threw it at him, and when he knocked all the magnetic men off the Hartlepool, and we went outside, and it was Cammy Murray. Cammy Murray was his. I think it was Cammy Murray. He came with him as the coach, and he came and broke us up outside the dressing room, and it was all apologies after it, and I was in the first team on Saturday against Raith Rovers, so
It worked.
it worked.
It worked.
Yeah, but that's what he was like.
Score.
I didn't, no, I didn't. But he was. That's just what he was like, you know.
Yeah.
And but he was away for whatever it was in football. Maybe the way just he'd been for Jock Wallace and that. Maybe that's what he saw, and that's how he was, and it didn't work anyway because he only lasted the year.
Yeah, it didn't last very long, and then obviously, well, Jim was here as a coach.
Jim was here as a coach. The most coaches I've ever seen at a football team when we used to go up to the, it was the school up near Halbeath. We used to train up there. I think at one point there was just a bit more coaches than players. But no, Jim was here as a coach then.
So at that time we were really
I was rock bottom,
rock bottom. We were low down in the second division,
Yeah.
and then Jim came in
Aye.
and gradually picked.
We got
the team up.
everybody. More or less, I can remember him taking us out one night when he'd kind of got rid of some players, and we were all running around the track, and then he'd got us together in a group, and he says, right, and then there was about 8 or 9 of us, and he says, right, we're going to get 4 or 5 more players, and this is going to be the nucleus. And he was getting rid of, and I can't remember who, but your thing is, oh good, I'm still here, you know. and that's what it was, and that's what he did, and he brought some players in, and it worked, and just a total different approach to management, you know, and it worked.
Yeah.
You know, it was.
So, I mean, we all know what Jim's like, and his the motivation aspect that he deals with or dealt with on the pitch, and he still does. Did that give you, as a player, a lot of confidence?
Oh, aye, yeah. I mean, apart from liking him as well, because I signed a contract once every year. I never signed a 3-year contract, just every year. And one year, no signing on fee, and I said, well, that's no matter. I knew St Johnstone wanted to sign me, although I didn't want to move. And he came down to Perth. He says, he met me in the Windsor Hotel one afternoon in the close season. He says, you're not going to sign for St Johnstone. I said, well, I am. I says, because you're not offering that, you know what. And then we were there for about 2 hours, and then I was signing for Dunfermline after that. You know, that's just what he was like, and that's the kind of things he done.
Yeah.
You know. And but I mean, I had my ups and downs as well. When you get dropped, you're not happy, and you go and see him, and you fall out. But that's all part of football. You know, and generally it was all good. You know.
So at that time, obviously the players that had come in, you were going to gel as a team. You had the likes of Norrie, and you had John Watson.
Yeah.
So
I think really it clicked. I mean, when he got, I think even at that point, Norrie was playing midfield. It was me, John, and Ziggy up front, and the team just picked itself every week. I mean, I didn't go with thinking, "God, wonderful, got a game on Saturday." You know, we were scoring goals, we were playing well, and we were just kind of every department where we might have been weak before was pretty strong. You know, for defence, it was all getting play. But once you're playing together every week, it just helps so much. And then he used to bring in, an odd player, John Donnelly got, I can't remember the years, but John Donnelly got signed. I mean, Gary Thompson was there at the beginning, and it all just worked, you know. And you've got to give him, plaudits for that, because it was him at.
I was going to say, did they have an eye for a player then?
Oh, aye, yeah. He had to have, because it just he would bring a player in, and he would just get him in gradually, and he would fit in when changes had to be made. I mean, that year we won the second division. I mean, it was great, because I mean you were coming in, you knew you were playing, you knew you were going to get, for me, chances to score goals, because scoring goals was just fantastic. And you just got the ball to Ziggy, and he crossed it. You know, there was you knew there was always going to be chances.
Yeah.
And he'd take them all, but he'd take some. And John was lucky enough to take more than me. But
yeah. Did you not play slightly left?
Well, I was just played probably like an inside, because I played midfield as well.
Yeah.
If there was injuries or that, I could go back to play midfield. So yeah, I was more a supporter to John, although I scored my fair few, I made a lot of goals, you know, and that was I wasn't an out-and-out goal scorer, you know, but I could score a few as well. So it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were talking about Ziggy there. That a lot of people are saying that Ziggy was one of the best crossers of the ball.
Oh, aye, he was. Just wherever. I mean, if he could just put the ball anywhere. You know, if you know, he would look up and he would just ping it across. It was superb. I mean, you see it now and then. It didn't work all the time, and you know, but you know, more often than not, it was right where it had to be. I mean, John, God knows how many goals John scored with his head off Ziggy's crosses. Yeah, but Ziggy and what the three of them were an absolute laugh. Ziggy, John, and Norrie. They were just a scream, you know. God knows what it was like coming across in the car for Edinburgh with them. But
did they get up to no good?
Oh, one story, right? I must have. We used to go and train down at the university grounds, down past the Commonwealth swimming pool, just at the bottom Arthur's Seat. And we had a minibus then for taking us there. Well, John and Norrie, and this is without a word of lie true, stopped at the traffic lights outside Commonwealth swimming pool. They stripped Ziggy and threw him out the back of the bus. And then the bus drew across the other side of the traffic lights and Ziggy was running. Now that is true. It was just the things they used to get up to, unbelievable. But it was great times, you know. Aye.
So they were the ones to watch out for in the dressing
room. Aye. And then, well, when Davy Moyes came, he was another, and he was a scream. Aye.
Davy Moyes the first.
Davy Moyes the first, aye. Davy the bricklayer, he was just hilarious. His sense of humour was just great, you know, but you didn't mess with him on the park. Hard as nails. Aye, but great player to have in your team.
Yeah, he was pretty good in that.
He was, aye. He was very good. So we had a really good collection of players that, and we all mixed it. And being together for a few years, that always helps. You know, it's not all chop and change everywhere. So it was great time to be here.
And then you went from winning the second division to then winning the first division.
No, we didn't win the first division. We threw it away. We should have won the first division, but we were runners up.
We got promoted.
We got promoted, but we were runners up. I think we were walking. We really should have won it, and I can't remember, but we got beat for two. They're really like Montrose and Brechin near the end of the season. Where if we'd won these games, we would have won the league, and we got beat for them, and they were like in relegation trouble. I mean, it was horrendous because it was great still getting promotion, but you only get medals for winning. Yeah,
that's right. I think the Montrose game in particular was away at Montrose.
It was away, aye.
And it was a bit of a disaster.
Oh, it was a disaster, aye. We just couldn't believe we got beat. And we were meant to be on I can't even, we were meant to be on a night out, but it was all cancelled because nobody wanted to go.
Because the fans were all in hijinks that night, because they were all dressed up and everything, and they were going along behind the stand and everything.
After you got over the kind of initial disappointment and no winning, you know, and then but you still knew you were going up to Premier League, it was still good, you know. But
the promotion was there.
The promotion was there, and consecutive seasons, it was good.
And that was the aim to get up.
I mean, we'd have taken that at the start of the season. You know, but no, when they managed to go up to Premier League, it was just all change. You know, it changed completely. I mean, they went full time to start with. They had been part time all the time, and after the first few weeks of training, I just realised that because I was staying part time, but you never saw anybody. You know, you're in training during the day, you come in at night, and you're with one or two players, and it was hopeless. So I was fortunate enough that I worked in a family business. So I said, I'll go full time, give it a go, just see how it goes. And really and truly, I only went full time for the kind of end of August to beginning of February, because it all started to change. We signing players for, fringe players for Celtic, Rangers, stuff like that, and they were paying big money at the time for them, so they had to play. And you might have thought, well, he's not any better than me, but they've paid £100,000 for him, he's going to play. And at that time, money, I mean, when I started getting paid to play football, I thought, this just great, because I played an amateur at Crieff Engro for 6 years, and you're getting money to do something you love. And at that time I was 29 and I still wanted to play football, didn't want to sit on the bench. And that's initially what caused the move, because I could see the players coming in. You were way down the pecking order. So, but I mean, I'd had a good time. It was, it was great. It was. The only thing I really disappointed, I never scored against a Premier League team. In the Premier League, anyway. Right. Second, 2 or 3 up, but never scored, and that was always a big disappointment. But with a good start, because I remember a beautiful day. We drew with Hibs 3-3.
That's right, yeah.
And then
that was when Andy Williamson got hurt out there.
Was that it? Aye, was it? God, I can't mind that. Andy Williamson. Did I play with Andy Williamson? Did I?
If no one can come to you.
Aye, no, maybe I did.
Aye, the 3-3, the first game in the Premier League.
3-3, first game in Premier League.
And Andy Williamson.
He did get right. Aye, you'll be right. And I can't remember. We played St Mirren through the week.
Because sun was shining.
Glorious, it was roasting.
Fantastic.
And
First
then
game in the Premier League.
We beat St Mirren. No, we drew St Mirren through the week, and then we beat Celtic out there 2-1. And I always remember that because there was a supporters' night out that night. Would it be down there? Is there a pavilion at Pittencrieff Park?
Yes.
I'm sure it was down there. And of course, beating Celtic, it was just what a night it was. It was brilliant. But then kind of started to go downhill because we were just nearly at the top of the Premier League then. But it was with a few dodgy results then the team started to change. I mean, I played most of the games up till Christmas, just after Christmas, and then it's all started to change. You could see the club changing as well, because it was changing from a family thing to a business thing. Yeah, and it was good. And as I said, I just still wanted to play football, and I'd been coming to Dunfermline for nearly 7 years. It's quite a long trek through the winter time, and I knew Saints wanted to sign me, so that's where I ended up, because it was only 10 minutes from my door.
Right.
But that was the only reason, because I wasn't playing, and I still wanted to play. And you weren't going to get many games in. If you'd been playing first team football, playing every week in the reserves, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't the same feeling.
No. Is there any particular game that stands out for you, playing for Dunfermline?
Can I think I would think the one that stands out. I mean, we played Rangers a few times, and generally we always got beat. Celtic, when we beat, it would probably be the Celtic game, because you beat it, because we had a few hammers for them in the cups and that before that, and that's kind of what you think, when they appear here in the Premier League, and then to go and beat them was just, it was great.
Yeah.
And probably that's the one. There'll be a 1 or 2 cup games as well, which it's hard to. You get mixed up in the cup game between playing for Dunfermline and playing for Saints when you're playing for the cups. But no, I remember one of the, a nightmare. I think it was a cup game down at Dumbarton, and you realised why Dumbarton was called Boghead when you played down there. There was no grass, it was all muck, but we won 2-1, and I can't remember if it was in the cup or it was an important game in the league, but it was really important we had to win. And I remember Norrie, you'd go like a train at the end to run through the mud and get this winner. I think we won 2-1, but just an odd game like that, stand out. Nothing really. I think really just because the Premier League, it would stand out. Beating for me, beating a club like Celtic, or if it was Rangers, that was the big money clubs that where you were hoping to get to right at the top, not particularly for Celtic or Rangers, but get right to play. And so just about did it with Dunfermline, because they got up the Premier League as far as you could go. All right, they didn't win the league or anything like that in the Premier League, but they're still good. Still good.
Yeah. Is there any particular team or player that you enjoyed playing against?
Not really. No, I wouldn't say. I don't think enjoyed would be the word. But I think it was strange playing against it. Some they were hard, some were really dirty. They would stand on your ankles, when and the one I always remember that was Graham Roberts that played with Rangers. He was just terrible. He would, he'd be in your ear and saying, you'll just be a Mickey Mouse Club thing. You know, anything to try and put you off, and remember things like that. Terry Butchery play was just hard but fair, you know. I think probably who was first division. I can't really remember, because all I wanted to do was score goals against them or beat them. You know, I can't remember any of them being any particular hard than one or the other. They all did their job and that was it. And if you beat them on the day, that was good. You know.
Yeah, one of the things you did while you were here was you went down to Pebble Mill.
Oh aye, aye, we did.
A bit of an experience then, shall we say?
It was. I'll tell you how vain I was about going down to Pebble Mill. And we all got set up in the Pebble Mill studio, and I was thinking, years to come, you know, this could be, you know, we reckon it going to. So Paul Coyer was the. So I stood right behind him, because I knew every time it would be on anything, he'll be right in the middle of the screen and I'll be right behind him. And that's how it's been that. That's terrible to do that. But no, it was a hilarious time.
Are you much of a singer?
No. I sang Gaelic when I was young at school.
Did you?
Yeah, but no, that's all a long time ago, long gone. No, not a singer, but I don't think many of us were. And, I've still got the record and it's signed by everybody, but there've been no royalties off it yet, you know. But the whole thing was just hilarious. You know, I mean, well, you'll have seen John Watson wasn't in the group because of the antics the night before. John got banned, which was a real shame. But no, we got up to a bit mischief in the residence bar in the hotel. Started singing songs that weren't very nice. So, but John was the kind of instigator and got banned, so it was a real shame. And then I think when we were down there, we were at Aston Villa. Aye, we were at Aston Villa, the training ground, and played a game there. And there was a connect. It was Alan Evans was there. That's what it was. That was the connect. He came from Dunfermline. Aye. So yeah, and no, it was great fun, and it was, you know, it was just seeing a different side of everything else. You know how big the football was down there, and just seeing it was really. I mean, their training complex was unbelievable, and just to get a wee taste of it and all that, it was really nice. But it was. It was when you think back, it was a fun trip.
I was speaking to Gregor Abel last week, and
all right.
he said yes, it was something different.
Oh, it was. Aye, yeah. I don't remember too. The thing about the Pebble Mill as well was we had learned the song at a certain pace, and the Pebble Mill musicians were playing it too quick, so we had like the morning to try and. Because they just didn't want to seem to play it at what we learned it, so it was quite. It was funny, really. Just because you were in a group, you could get away with it, you know, even if you forgot the words or anything. But we'd sang it plenty of times, so we did know the words. But I think we had a few singers with us as well, if I remember right. Yeah, but no, it was great fun. It was great fun. Great memories there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long when you left Dunfermline, how long did you play for St Johnstone?
2.5 seasons. Aye, I was. I could have still played on, but I fell out with the then manager Alec Totten, who I reckon he made me scapegoat once too often, and so Dick Campbell, who ended up here, Dick wanted me to go up. He was at Brechin at the time, so Dick wanted me up to Brechin. He says, "Get yourself a free transfer, come up here, and I'll give you some money." And they wouldn't give me a free transfer. And they were going full time, and the money offer, which we Saints was expected, was hopeless. And so I was better being part time and working, and they wouldn't let me. I didn't want to go full time because I couldn't. It wasn't worth it. I mean, I was still in a young family. That you needed all the money you could get, and the money offer was hopeless. So I went and asked for a free transfer, and they wouldn't give me one. and then I just stopped.
Alright.
Which is a real shame.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the way I felt at the time, and that's what I did. You can't change it now. But I was 31, I was still fit, you know, I'd never really had any injuries, and probably, when I think, I regret it a wee bit now, but I mean, you can't change it now, but that's the way I felt at the time. You know, they could have gave me a free transfer for all the money they would have got anyway. You know, so that there was no Bosman rule at that time, so you were tied to the club if you didn't get your papers. So that was me, unless I just went back to St Johnstone. But then it was a case of they're full time, I'm part time, and I'd have just been in the reserves every week. You know, so that was the decision I took.
Was Bert the assistant then?
Yeah, Bert. I love Bert. Bert. I mean, they always talked about the great football St Johnstone played in that, and Alec Taunton was the manager, I know that, but Bert Payton was the coach, and that was Bert. We used to see Alec for a wee while on a Thursday night, but it was, you know, Bert's coaching it did it all, and I'm glad Bert did well after that, you know, coming here and did well. Yeah. So yeah, but no, it was a shame it ended up like that, but that's just life, and yeah, that's what happened. I had to go home. My wife went out to work in the evenings because she said, well, what are you doing? Are you going to keep playing football? Or, so she used to work in insurance, so they were starting a night insurance through the evening, so I had to go home and look after the 3 bairns, and she went out to work. And that was it, that's what happened. So, but it was good fun looking after them as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I only lasted a fortnight without a dishwasher. My wife had God knows how many years. But that was how it came to an end, which was a shame really, But I still had nearly 10 years when I thought I wasn't going to even play professional. So it was very good. Yeah.
So, to sum up, how would you look back on your time here at Dunfermline?
Oh, loved it. Aye, loved it. I've got all the Dunfermline books, and I read them every now and then, you know, the centenary books and all that sort of thing, and just to be a part of it was great. Yeah, with a great bunch of guys, and I mean, even the times when it was bad, you know, I mean, that it's all part and parcel of. You'll not go to a club that hasn't been like that, you know, for any of the players. Some were a wee bit lucky, but the year I got as a full-timer was like a year's holiday to me. I actually worked out, I've said this to Rob before, you were full-time playing football, and I reckoned I was working with 2 games a week, 10 hours a week, between training, days off, 10 hours a week. So it was like 6 months holiday for me. After that, I'd been working for 13 years before that, so it was great. But oh my God, if you got that chance for a young age, how good must that be?
Yeah.
You know. But I got a wee taste of it, so it was nice.
And you're probably, I mean, there's not a lot of players that win league titles and have a medal to show for it.
Well, I cannot believe, in my 10 years I won first division medal here, and I won a first division medal with St Johnstone. Well, I played with Kenny Thompson here, and with Kenny at St Johnstone, and the medal Kenny got at St Johnstone was his first medal, and I think Kenny played for about 20 years. That was his first, and I played 10 years and I got 2. You know, it's just your luck at the time where you are. But at least he got 1, so that was good.
Yeah, because he was a stalwart here.
Oh, he was, aye. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he certainly was, aye.
Well, it's been lovely speaking to you, Grant.
You too.
Hope you enjoy the game, and thank you for speaking to the Heritage Trust.
No, pleasure. Thanks very much.
Good.